Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are not simply reviewing a car, and we are not simply diagnosing a mechanical fault. Today, we are conducting an investigation into why one of the purest driving machines ever assembled by human hands is slowly, silently, and invisibly being betrayed by a component the size of your thumb. There is something happening inside your Miata's engine bay that most owners will never discover until it is too late. Not too late in the catastrophic engine on fire sense of the phrase, too late in the far more tragic sense, too late to recover the feeling, the sharpness, the telepathic throttle response that made you fall in love with this car in the first place. That feeling has a name, and that name is communication. The Mazda MX-5 was engineered from its very first sketches on paper in the mid-1980s to eliminate every possible barrier between the driver's intention and the machine's response. Every gram of weight saved, every millimeter of steering rack geometry, every carefully tuned suspension bushing was chosen in service of one singular goal: to make the car feel like an extension of your nervous system. And at the center of that nervous system, sitting quietly on the throttle body, like a gatekeeper between your right foot and the engine's soul, is the throttle position sensor. The TPS, a component so small, so affordable, and so catastrophically misunderstood that thousands of Miata owners are driving a corrupted version of their car right now without a single clue that anything is wrong. If you are watching this for the first time and you own a Miata, do yourself a favor right now and hit that subscribe button before we go any further. Check the links in the description below. There is exclusive diagnostic content down there, step-by-step guides, and resources that every serious Miata owner needs in their arsenal. Now, let us get into the investigation. Jeremy Clarkson, a man who has driven Ferraris across continents, piloted Lamborghinis through mountain passes, and once described a Bugatti as the closest thing to piloting a low-flying aircraft, said something about the Mazda MX-5 that the automotive world still has not fully absorbed. He called it the best sports car in the world. Not for a budget, not in its class, the best, full stop. What Clarkson was describing was not horsepower, and it was not top speed. He was describing a quality that cannot be engineered into a car with money alone. The quality of honest, unfiltered communication. The sensation that when you press the throttle, the car does not process your request through layers of electronic interpretation, but simply, immediately, obediently responds. That sensation is exactly what the TPS is designed to protect. And when it begins to fail, and in enough aging Miatas, it absolutely is failing right now, what Clarkson described as automotive perfection begins to dissolve so gradually that most owners never even notice the theft happening beneath them. Now, here is where the technical story becomes genuinely fascinating, because the Miata's TPS is not a single design across all generations. Mazda made a critical architectural change between the early 1.6-liter NA cars and the later 1.8-liter engines, and understanding that difference is absolutely essential to diagnosing what might be wrong with your specific car. These are two completely different failure modes, and confusing them is one of the most common and most costly mistakes Miata owners make when chasing throttle response problems. The 1.6-liter cars, produced from 1990 through to 1993, used what engineers classify as a binary throttle position switch rather than a true analog sensor. This design uses a simple contact switch system that tells the ECU one of three things: the throttle is fully closed, the throttle is fully open, or the throttle is somewhere in between. It is a blunt instrument by modern standards, but it was appropriate for the fuel injection strategy of those early engines, and when it fails, it tends to fail dramatically and obviously. On a 1.6 with a failing switch, you will typically experience one of two catastrophic symptoms. Either the idle completely refuses to stabilize, hanging at elevated RPM as the ECU incorrectly believes the throttle is still partially open, or the engine stumbles violently on overrun, the fuel cut logic misfiring because the closed throttle signal is no longer being reliably received. These are ugly, undeniable symptoms and the car essentially announces its own illness in a way that demands attention. The 1.8-liter cars from 1994 onward, and the NB generation that followed through 2005, tell a completely different and far more insidious story. These engines use a true linear potentiometer, a continuously variable resistive sensor that tracks throttle plate angle across the entire sweep from fully closed to fully open, and converts that position into a smooth, progressive voltage signal sent to the ECU in real time. This design is vastly more sophisticated, and it enables the kind of nuanced throttle mapping that gives the 1.8 its sharper, more responsive character compared to its predecessor. But a linear potentiometer fails differently from a binary switch, and that difference is what makes it so dangerous to ignore. Because the failure is not sudden, and it is not total. It is a gradual degradation of the resistive track inside the sensor body, caused by years of mechanical vibration, thermal cycling, and the simple physics of a moving contact wearing against a fixed surface thousands of times per drive. The result is dead spots, microscopic sections of the resistive track where the sensor's output voltage either spikes, drops, or disappears entirely for a fraction of a second. Those fractions of a second are invisible to the driver on a conscious level, but catastrophic to the ECU's fuel and ignition calculations. The engine management system is receiving what it interprets as random, impossible throttle position data, and it is making fueling decisions based on that corrupted information every single time you touch the accelerator pedal. The symptoms of a failing linear TPS on a 1.8 Miata are specific, and once you know them, you will hear them described by Miata owners everywhere. The most telling is a stumble or flat spot in the 2000 RPM range, that precise point where light cruise throttle transitions into meaningful acceleration. The engine seems to hesitate, to second guess itself, to lose confidence in its own breathing for half a heartbeat before it catches and pulls forward. There is also the phenomenon that owners often describe as jerky acceleration at constant throttle, the sensation that the engine is surging and retreating rhythmically even when your foot is completely still on the pedal. This is the dead spot in the resistive track cycling in and out of the signal path as the throttle plate vibrates at engine idle frequencies. It feels, to an experienced driver, like the car is slightly drunk, capable of everything it used to do, but doing it without the crisp, sober precision that made it extraordinary. And this is where Clarkson's philosophy becomes not just poetic commentary, but a genuine diagnostic framework. Because what he identified in the MX-5 as its defining characteristic, that sensation of the car reading your mind before your foot has even fully committed to the input, is exactly the quality that a 200 millisecond TPS signal dropout destroys. You cannot read a driver's mind if your sensory equipment is malfunctioning. The throttle body calibration problem compounds this further. On the 1.8 and NB cars, the TPS must be set to a precise closed throttle voltage, typically between 400 and 500 millivolts, to allow the ECU to correctly map the entire throttle range against its fuel tables. When the sensor is replaced, or when the throttle body itself has been cleaned or disturbed, that base voltage must be reset with a multimeter before the engine is started. Failing to perform this calibration step after a TPS replacement is one of the most common errors in DIY Miata maintenance, and it results in a car that feels almost, but not quite, right after the repair. The stumble is gone, but the throttle feels slightly wooden, slightly unresponsive at the very bottom of its travel. The sensor is healthy, but it is speaking to the ECU in a dialect it cannot quite fully understand. This is the philosophy of DIY maintenance taken to its deepest level, the understanding that replacing a component is only half of the repair. The other half is the calibration, the setting of the system back into perfect harmony, the restoration of the precise language that the engine management and the mechanical components use to talk to one another. Miss that step and you have fixed the hardware but left the software still slightly broken. Testing the sensor yourself requires nothing beyond a digital multimeter, a helper to slowly depress the throttle by hand, and approximately 20 minutes of focused mechanical attention. Back probe the signal wire on the TPS connector and observe the voltage as the throttle opens. It should climb in a perfectly smooth, perfectly linear arc with absolutely no spikes, drops, or flat spots anywhere in its travel. Any interruption in that arc is a dead spot, and any dead spot is a corrupted signal, and a corrupted signal is a car that is lying to itself every time you ask it to perform. Mazda built the MX-5 to be maintained by the people who drive it. This is not a car that demands a dealership and a laptop. It is a car that rewards the owner who opens the bonnet, picks up a multimeter, and chooses to understand the machine they have been trusted to keep alive. That relationship between owner and machine is itself a form of the communication that Clarkson so celebrated, and it begins exactly here, in the engine bay, with a sensor the size of a matchbox, and the willingness to take $40 in 20 minutes seriously. Before you close this video, make sure you have subscribed to the channel, dropped a like on this video, and left a comment below telling me what year and generation your Miata is. I read every single one of them, and your generation determines exactly which TPS design you are dealing with and which calibration procedure applies to your car. And check the description. Everything you need to take this repair from video to driveway is linked down there waiting for you. Drop the top, drop a gear, and always remember what it feels like to truly drive. Take care, and we will see you in the next deep dive into automotive history. Wow!